Okay, I think we are live. Welcome to the 6 a.m. productivity sprint, everybody. So this is my first stream. I think this is all the co-hosts' first stream to participate in for the weekend. So we're all going to be kind of getting in the flow of things. I was up really late last night, so apologize if, yeah, we're just going to leave it at that. So this is one of the productivity streams for World Wide Writeathon, so it will be 2.5 hours long. We are going to do 30-minute sprints with like 8-10 minutes in between each sprint. And all the World Wide Writeathon links are down below. All the links for the wonderful co-hosts are down below, so definitely go and check everybody out. Let's see, what else was I going to say? I think that's all the starting up stuff. So if everyone could write down what you're working on and sort of how far you've gotten so far, if this isn't your first stream, so that we can all, introduce ourselves. But if you're new to my channel, I'm Madeline James, and I do a lot of world building, writing process. I vlog my writing journey, so that's kind of what I'm doing here. Davey, do you want to go next and introduce yourself?
Hi. I have a cold today, and so I apologize in advance if I turn off my camera and mic temporarily to sneeze and do things. I have a channel where I make videos about writing.
Okay. Katy-Rose?
Yeah, I'm Katy-Rose. I'm a creative writer and educator. I write fantasy novels and short stories under the pen name of K.L. Green, and I educate people around personal reinvention, self-help, neuroscience, psychology over at rootedreinvention.com. And today I'm working on planning if I want to do a NaNoWriMo novel or not for November. So that's what I'm going to be doing in our sprints, is kind of looking very confusedly at my screen.
Fantastic. Nikki?
Hi, I'm Nikki. I also have an AuthorTube channel here. I'm doing mostly on my sort of Space Pirates, the series that I've been writing. So a lot of my vlogs are just the chaos that is me trying to get through that. So
fantastic. Yeah, I don't think I actually said what I'm working on.
I don't think I did either.
Well, we can do that now. I have a blank Scrivener project, and I'm going to be starting basically my Nano project, which is an adult fantasy sort of post-apocalyptic Renaissance era fantasy novel. I don't know. I've been outlining it all of Preptober, so I think I'm ready, and this is going to be the sprint where I find out that I'm not ready. So that'll be what I'm working on. Did you want to share what you're working on? Phoebe?
Sure. Yeah, I've got two things to cover this weekend, and one of them is prep for Nano, which I have a full outline already, but I just want to do some of the research for it ahead of time so I don't have to stop and research things when I'm writing. And the other thing I'm doing is I have 3 short stories that I need to finish before November begins. So if I finish those, it's kind of Nano prep because I want to get them out of the way so they're not still on my mind. But yeah, basically short stories as well.
It's very exciting. I like that. I think that'll be chill, Very good. Okay, so let's see who commented in the chat. So we have, let's see. Oh, that's us. Let's see. Hananya says hi. Oh, that was me. I said hi too. Rita Reinvention says morning. SD Hudson. So actually, the timer we're going to be using is SD Hudson's. So she made a bunch of those, which was very fantastic. So we're going to be using one of those. I need to remember to link those in the description once this goes up. Normally, hi. Yes, I am very excited for the sprinting. I am going to be completely honest. I'm mildly terrified. There's few things more daunting than a completely blank page or empty Scrivener document, just staring at us, But anyway, let's see. Yes, we're very excited. Ooh, fantasy historical fiction. I love fantasy.
One of my fave genres.
It's so much fun. I feel like I forget how much I love it and then I'll like find one randomly and be like, oh, this looks good, and I'll read it and be like, where has this been the last, however long it's been since I read one? It's just they're very cozy and like, I don't know,
Yeah.
something great about
This
them.
is what I would have written for Nano if it weren't for the sheer amount of research involved in doing a historical. And it just doesn't feel like it's going to be that fast-paced drafting process, because it's like every scene I'm going to be like, how would this actually happen, though?
Yeah. It's kind of a lot. Yeah. You have to do a lot of reading and everything beforehand. Like, yeah, I would not try to do Nano with something like that unless I kind of had already done the research. But then again, I get really bogged down if I don't already know things. So, I see Hudson's working on A Curse of Scales and Feathers. That's exciting. Ooh, romantic fantasy. I do also like me some romantic fantasy. Oh, it's your first time writing historical fiction. I've never written it, so like, I don't know whether or not to be like, good luck, or it'll be fine, You can let us know, after after the weekend, how it's going. Okay, with Mare, I'm just starting the world building for my Nano project, which is a steampunk sci-fi book. Yes, that is fantastic. Okay, so I think we've gotten through all the beginner stuff. I think we're beginning. Yeah, word choice after sleeping 5 hours is going to be fantastic today. But I think we can get started with the first sprint. So let's see. We are all going to mute ourselves. There won't be any music, so go ahead and play whatever you want while it's muted. And then after the 30 minutes, we'll get back on. So let's see here. Get this ready. Aha. Okay, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. And we're going to wait. Okay. And go. Okay, everybody, that is the end of our first sprint. How did that go for everyone? I managed, 261 words? And I fiddled around with the timer stream a lot, so that's it out.
I just did research that whole sprint.
Fair. Nice. Did you learn anything super interesting?
Well, this is actually research for a short story, a flash fiction, in fact. So it's taken me much longer in research than I'll spend actually writing. But what I've learned is that I would really like to visit Italy.
Ooh. Yes, that would be cool. Very nice.
I got just over 1,000 finished the chapter, which is lovely.
Whoa. Nice.
So I get to go move one of my post-it notes later, which have all my chapters
Ooh.
behind me.
Brilliant. I love the post-it notes on the wall thing. Love it.
I stared at my screen, did a bit of research around the save the cat plotting method, and then went back to an old story, and I've written 10 words.
I mean, 10 words. That is 10 more than you had before.
It is. I mean, it's already got 70,000 in the manuscript.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I could probably add 50,000 to this for Nano, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in half an hour's time when I've changed my mind again.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay. I think everyone's still finishing up. Where's my notes? Okay. So the first question that I have for our little chat here before we get started again, and I think that ended around 6:40. So we'll probably want to start the next sprint around 6:50 as a heads up to everybody. Let's see. I mean, starting light's fine. 2:34, that's almost exactly what I got. Very close. Nice. Decisions were made. Always important. Those take time. Okay. Yeah. But I mean, 2:24, not that big of a difference, Yeah, decisions indeed are hard. Okay. So the first question I have is actually from one of my co-hosts. So we thought it would be fun, since this is a productivity sprint, to talk about some of our best productivity tips and the ways that we kind of help ourselves stay focused when we're doing, writing sprints or writing in general, if it's something like this, or if it's Nano, or just like a regular, writing journey process. So I wasn't sure if anyone had any ideas and wanted to go first. And viewers, if you want to throw something into the chat too, we can share those just to kind of get the discussion going. But
I mean, I personally find that doing small sprints works for me. So, even like a 3 minutes, if I look at like what I can get done in a 3 or 5 minute sprint, and then look at what I get done in a 20-minute sprint, if I'd done just 2 5-minute sprints, I'd usually have better word count than I would for a 20-minute sprint.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because you hear a lot about people doing the longer ones.
Yeah, and I think it depends. Like, if you're fast drafting or if you're like researching and if you're editing, it's going to be different. But like most of my NaNoWriMo writing is done on my phone, like while the kettle boils, or like sitting in my car, kind of waiting. Like, I've got 5 minutes before this meeting starts. I can just sit in the car park for 5 minutes and like type some words up. So I think like taking those like microseconds of time just to write a sentence, that it adds up at the end of the day or the end of the month for sure.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I actually have a weird tendency where I don't actually do sprints very often. I think it's the way my brain works. I get very like, if I can get into something, I can just go for hours. Mm-hmm. And so the challenge for me is getting my butt in a chair and then not getting like pulled out of it. Like, if I have to do a bunch of research when I'm drafting, that always pulls me out of it. Then I have to go do other stuff and I just get out of it. Then it's hard to get going again. But I don't know. I just got to get myself in the chair and.
Yeah, I think maybe it's slightly different depending on where my mood or like what I've been doing for the day. So if I've been at work all day, I kind of need a sprint to tell myself, well, you've only got to do it for 15 minutes, just sit down and do something. But if it's like a weekend, I quite like putting like a stopwatch on and going the other way and just leaving it somewhere I can't see, getting through as much as I can, and then getting an idea of how much I wrote for. Just kind of.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
One thing I've learned about my NaNoWriMo process is to try and hit 1,667 words every day, which I know that like is the goal. But what I mean is I used to write a lot in the first few days and then be ahead of schedule. And then because I was ahead of schedule, I'd kind of take a step back, get a bit lazier, and I'd end up on par, and then I'd end up behind schedule, and suddenly there's this huge mountain to climb of catch-up work. Whereas what I've discovered, if I just focus on that particular day getting 1,667, and even if I'm ahead of schedule, I still have to get 1,667 that day, then it just all works out better. Just focusing on that day's work and not whether I'm ahead or behind or yeah.
Yeah, I do really bad. If I have a specific goal and I get behind or I get ahead, it just destroys any chance of me being like able to hit that goal. Like I definitely can't do it. I've actually stopped doing like day-to-day like writing word count goals or like you need to finish this by this time goals because I just get like really stuck if I fall behind. And I found that tracking works better for me. So I have like calendars where I put stickers of like I wrote this day and I can see like how much I've been writing and like how much I've gotten done. And like that motivates me to keep going, which I feel like kind of gives you a similar thing of focusing on that day and not necessarily like, I don't know. I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's overwhelming, isn't it? When you have a long-term goal, like finishing the whole book, it feels like this huge thing. It becomes less intimidating when you focus on just what you have today, because it's that small bite that you're like, today, don't even worry about anything else. Today, just this one thing.
Yeah, and I like trackers for a similar thing because you can go back and see what you've already done as well as what's coming up and what you have to do.
Yeah. I think it helps set realistic expectations too of this is how much I can actually get done in a normal month or in a good month or in a bad month, and just I don't know. I feel like that helps a bit.
Definitely.
Let's see. It's 6:48, so we probably have a little bit more time, but I don't really want to start another question before we dive into the next sprint. We could just go for it unless anyone has anything super fun to share, you know? Fun facts of the day.
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to start pulling this up again. I'm actually going to see if I can do... I had it working at one point to do just like the Google timer, and I wonder if that would work better. Although it keeps... See if I can get this working. Not sure. It keeps full screening when I try and show it. I mean, I could just like randomly show my Google search page, which has a timer very small on the top of it, and see if that works better. Unless I was just fine with the, you know, kind of glitchy streaming them off YouTube thing. I'll just go over that again. All right. I'm going to pull up a different one then. Okay, what are we thinking? Are we thinking Fairy in Nature Cottage or Spooky Halloween House?
I would go cottage.
Yeah, I would go cottage.
Okay. Pull that one up.
Sorry, Nikki. Well, I didn't get to vote, but okay.
There's still plenty of time for spooky. We've got a few more days.
Yeah, I figure we'll do all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as there's nothing Christmas themed, I'll be all right.
I'm not ready. Like, there's Christmas stuff all over Target, and I'm just like, no, I can't.
There's been Christmas stuff since mid-September. in our supermarkets, and it's like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
I can't. I'm not emotionally prepared for that. Like, I have 2 small children and I'm barely ready for Christmas, like on Christmas. So okay, so let's dive in here. Okay, is everyone ready for another 30-minute sprint?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's get it going then. And go. Okay. There we go. All right, so that was sprint number 2. Let's see, what did we get done? You can all post below. Oh, I'm at exactly 500 words right now, which I think I was at 240 before, so I got like 260 this time. At least I'm consistent.
Very consistent, yeah.
How did you all do?
Just research for me.
Got another 900-ish.
Your pace is great.
Yeah, I do track like words per minute. I'm a little bit behind my normal one, but not doing too badly.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm definitely, I always find that starting, I'm just a lot slower in a book. And then as I kind of get in the flow of it, I get a little bit faster.
I'm sort of mixing and matching between my old project and my possible new nano. So I'm doing a bit of world building, but I've also just realized I needed to look something up. So I'm learning about the matriline, which is a genetic genealogy description that talks about things that are passed down through the female line. And they can be passed down to males, but then males can't pass them on.
Oh yeah, it's like I think in like so I've done 23andMe, which I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's like the genetic processing, whatever. And one of the things it tells you is your maternal haplogroup, which is like just passed up the female line. So it reminds me of that. What the oldest known female relative that you have, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe she's known as mitochondrial Eve. Like she is the thing, because it's all through the mitochondria, which are like powerhouses inside our cells in our DNA or something. I've just read it and I'm like, yeah, I vaguely remember some of this from school.
Yeah, I think all that stuff is fascinating, how it all works and what passes down. And
I was just trying to work out, I was like, if something is passed down, like I've got magic system. I've got magic that is passed down through the maternal line. And I'm like, would there be boys like with it? And then it's like, yes, but they couldn't pass it on to their children. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's like, they have it and then it's the end of the line for that unless. So I'm like, okay, cool.
That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, that would definitely create very interesting like family dynamics with how like pairings are made and everything. Because like, who really cares who your dad is? Like,
yeah,
it's very interesting. Okay, so let's see. SD Hudson got 23 words, still sleepy. I mean, I feel like that's fair for having basically just woken up again, you know? 23 words. A good start. Allie made tea and lunch for me and my monster child. Wow, just thinking about lunch. It's like 7:24 a.m. where I am. My kids are still sleeping, which I am sure at some point they will wake up and you will all hear them, but nice. Taking care of the kiddos. Essie got 443 words. Nice. Definitely way more than me. Allie says, my family line is British and Irish. Done. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, mine kind of hops all over the place. I was expecting it to be really boring based off what my parents had told me, but mine's like hopping all over Europe, and it's kind of interesting. Let's see. The dawdling writer says, hello, good morning. Good morning to you too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dyslexia can be hereditary, but isn't always. I feel like there's a number of medical conditions are like that, where they're split into both the like hereditary version and the, there's a word for them where it just kind of appears either due to like some sort of like
acquired.
I can't remember what the word is. What?
Acquired? I don't know if that's for all medical things, but I know some medical things are like, oh, this is hereditary and this is acquired.
Yeah. Yeah, there's probably a few different words for them, but yeah, it's very interesting how all that stuff works. I am definitely not a geneticist. That's way over my head. Saying hi. Oh, it's noon in the UK. Yeah. Yeah, I think, is it noon for all of the rest of you? I think.
Yeah.
About okay, yeah. So you're all noon. So you're lunchtime, and I'm like breakfast time. Yeah. Idiopathic. That sounds like one I've definitely seen too, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, where does this whole thing say? My great-great-grandma, might be one more great, left Ireland and stopped in England to take the boat to America, but she got sick and ended up in the hospital there for years, so she stayed. That's pretty cool. I wish I knew that kind of like detailed stuff about my family. I find it very interesting.
I haven't had my genetics done, but my dad did while he was alive. And he was like very British. The only real interesting thing was that he was 6% Pakistani. And I kind of looked back and I thought, how many generations would you have to go back before that's like a whole person? Like, is that one great grandparent or great great grandparent or whatever? And I looked it back, and if you go back, that one theoretical Pakistani ancestor times exactly with when the British were being imperialist in India/Pakistan. So I'm like, that is either a really nice story of love despite colonialism, or it's a really nasty story of how those two lines combined in my history. But I thought the fact that you could go back and I'm like, oh yeah, that is exactly when that's genetics
so
would have come in.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
People find all sorts of weird stuff doing that. I mean, when I did 23andMe, I found a whole branch of my family because we didn't know anything about my father's dad because he basically like produced child and then was gone. And so I found like a ton of aunts and uncles and like all sorts of people, and it was very weird. It's very, very weird. Came so close to being born American. Yeah, one sickness away from yeah, that's kind of funny. So many little changes that just have such big effects on everything. Part of the family history is that some of our ancestors were Scottish but near the England border. Legend has it they made a good bit of their money by stealing livestock from the British. That is great. That is definitely great. Oh my gosh. Oh, 6:30 a.m. for SD Hudson. So I guess she's more west than I am. Yeah, that's even earlier. I'm amazed that you showed up at the beginning of this sprint because I had to get up like so early. Props to you. The clocks change. Oh, yeah. I'm not ready for the clocks to change. I'm not ready. I'm going to pretend that's not a thing. Moving on.
Have they synchronized it this year, or is it a week different in England and America like it has been in previous years? Because that's definitely messed me up, where I'm like,
that was
there's
terrible. There was a live stream that I was meant to be on, and usually between me and my friends, it's like a straight 5-hour time difference. But one of us had changed time, you know, one of us had changed and the other one hadn't, and it was like a whole new time difference. And I'm like, oh my god.
It's like it's usually for a week or 2 weeks, and then I get used to it, and then it changes back. I'm like, oh, we're back to 6 hours again. Oh, we were 5 hours. Oh no, we're back to 6 again. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's their chat is saying it's the following week in the US states that do it. US changes November 6th.
So we do it October 29th.
Okay, so we are a week off there this year too. Gosh, I'm not ready for that. Like, my son is 3.5, and it started getting darker, and I guess he doesn't remember last winter, so he'll wake up and be like, it's dark outside. It's not time to wake up. And I'm like, yes, James, we have to go. I'm sorry. Let's move. But, okay. I think it's probably time for us to start another sprint. I was looking at the time we have left because we have an hour. And we obviously can't fit 2 30-minute sprints in there. And I realized I have the ability to drag the little bar on the timer to a different time and start there. It's just, brilliant ideas early in the morning,
You have the power.
Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe we do 2 20-minute sprints now because we did 2:30. So now we did 2. Yeah, we did 2:30. Now we do 2:20. So yes. Okay, so let's get that started. And I think we were thinking, which timer was it? The spooky Halloween house one? Getting in the Halloween vibes now? So let's grab that one. Let me drag it to 20 minutes. So that would be right about right there. Okay. So let's go here. I feel like it was working better on like low quality, but it makes me sad a little bit. We'll just go with that and see how it goes. But yeah, okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of people in the chat are talking about how awful time changes are. Yeah, no, they're gross. Okay, so let's get started. We're gonna do a 20-minute sprint beginning now. All right, so that is it for the third sprint, everyone. Stop that. There we go. I will say, I think I did even less that time, and I've also started like 7 sentences, like just random paragraphs of like, ooh, I want to have a paragraph like this, and so I started the sentence. It was like, I don't know, and just went to a different sentence.
Sounds like a
all I have to say
drafting
for
process.
Yeah.
Here's this cool idea. I'll figure it out in like 10 days' time.
That's a future me problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Future me will be so pleased that past me did this.
Yeah, I've already started I love how Scrivener has the little like info section where you could put notes in. And I already have been putting notes of like I made it a fourth of the way through the scene, and I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I add all of this stuff. Already missing things, you know.
I'm dealing with past Nikki in a little bit of the way like that. I've got scene cards and it just says they go for a visit. Doesn't tell me what they do at the visit or what I need to achieve.
I mean, you know, are you more of a pantser or a plotter? Are you
I'm somewhere in between.
Yeah, I was gonna say based on the sticky notes, you have to at least be somewhat of a plotter.
Somewhere between for this draft. Did a little bit of an outline, hoping for the best.
I think if I tried to pants anything, I would just like stare at the blank page and just not know what to do.
I thought I'd like, when you were talking about like, oh, I've got an outline and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got an outline, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this is not an outline, this is a pile of notes. And some of them aren't really notes. They're just like concepts.
Yeah.
That's usually what mine are.
I mean, I feel like different levels of like outlining and notes work for different people. Like I have to go way overboard. Like I have, so can I pull this out? I have the most intense outline ever. It's like this whole book. I have like different scenes and like sections, and like one scene is like a lot of note taking. Like I probably have
your world building as well in your recent videos has been so like, I mean, I would say intense, because although I outline, I tend to world build a bit as I go along.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I have a lot of notes for my world building, but I love that part. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's see.
World building is definitely the bit I skip over, and I'm staring at it now like, yeah, I should probably make a world for these characters to have these events happen in. So,
I mean, it's the thing I'm having to do all
whatever stage you want to do it in.
I'll have to go back and watch your video.
Mm-hmm. I won't tell you no. No, but I mean, I think it really is different for everyone in every project, like how to do it. But I like seeing other people's outlining videos because it gives me like ideas of things to try sometimes. And I'm like, I could do that, you know? Okay, so people are posting how much words they got in that sprint. So 368 for Essie, that's pretty dang good. 251 words. It's way better than, what was it last time? Like 20 words or something? Waking up slowly, you know. 292 words. It's pretty good. We all seem to sort of be like on pair. I wrote a few paragraphs. Good. I'm writing an alternate opening to my play. That's a good idea, actually. An alternate opening. I feel like openings are always hard, like knowing exactly where to start the scene, getting all the build up. Yeah. I will not be counting the words. However, I just decided that I'm doing a 500,000 wordy. All right.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. We believe in you. My fan fiction I'm writing is so detailed. Yeah, I love that. It's a lot of fun getting to pull all that in there. Master bullet journal for Nano. I like it. I feel like it's hard to make it through Nano without any prep or anything. Like you need something, you know? Yeah.
I would love to know what fandom you're writing for.
Oh, yes.
If that's something you're comfortable sharing.
Oh, yes. We'd love to know. I've never actually written fan fiction before.
I have. That was my teen years. My teen writing was largely fan fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun. It's almost like writing historical, but like...
Do you have an idea of what you'd like to write for? What franchise or whatever?
I have no clue.
The look of like terror on your face.
I have no idea. I mean, I really don't. I did what was it called? Back when I was in high school, there was this like online server that had its own world, and I don't know if it was fan fiction because it was all just on this server, and there would be different forums where you could like write stories into chats and everything would build on the timeline and like your character. And I did that for a while, but yeah, I think so. No. No. Yeah. Oh, Miraculous Ladybug. I don't know if I'm actually familiar with that one.
I don't know.
I've heard that fanfic is very addictive. 10-year story, that's awesome. It sounds like...
Is this 10 years of the characters' lives or 10 years that you plan to dedicate to it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Okay, I'd never heard of Miraculous Ladybug, but it says it focuses on 2 Parisian teenagers who transform into the superheroes Ladybug and Cat Noir, respectively. And I'm like, okay, I'm so interested in this. There's 5 seasons.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was like, all right then.
Oh, now that I look it up, I think I recognize the characters. Like, I think I've maybe seen art of the characters around and stuff, or screenshots maybe.
Oh yeah, memes even. Okay, 10 years of the character's lives, but it will take me 10 years to write it. Fair. Very fair.
Same. It's all the same.
Yeah, because I feel like you could write 10 years and be like, and then 10 years passed.
That's true.
But yeah, 10 years of 10
that
years.
story. That's a very short story.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Under this name. Yeah.
I feel like that would be like one of those, you know, the 6-word stories.
Oh yeah, like I see those on Twitter.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking like 10 years past. Is that not a story?
It's something.
I guess it's not an object of the subject, but
yeah.
Does it have
at least
a end?
Plot, baby. I'm writing a huge, complicated Marvel fanfic called Stark for President for Nano. That sounds fun. I feel like Marvel could be an interesting one to write a fanfic on.
My go-to fanfic when I write it, which is very rare nowadays, but like when I was a teen and when I do get a chance to write it, is always Doctor Who. And it kind of encompasses all of my interests because I like historical pieces, which you could do that with it. I like sci-fi. I like fantasy, which you can do more of a fantasy twist on it. Like Doctor Who just allows you to do whatever you like.
Yeah, that is... I feel like that would be a really good one. Doctor Who's pretty great too, so like...
It is my fave.
There's a lot of settings to work with and places.
Yeah,
and...
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Such a bad Brit. I've never seen an episode of Doctor Who.
Oh
no,
that is shameful.
I was like, do I risk saying this out loud? I'm being recorded.
It is forever going to be in the internet archives.
For shame.
Yeah.
And you're saying it to a fan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
I will say I'm not 100% caught up. I have not been watching much TV since I had kids. And I also took a long break after the Rose thing. I just,
my like era of Doctor Who that I'm a huge fan of is the Russell T Davies years when he was writing 9th Doctor and 10th Doctor. And then after that, for me, it's just like a show that I watch sometimes. But like that era, I'm like a massive fan of.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. It's a good one.
Which Doctor was played by David Tennant?
10th Doctor.
10th. Okay, I'm aware of some of the storyline of that.
Series
Era.
2, 3, and 4 of like the new Who is David Tennant. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's almost time to start another sprint already. Let me see. We need to pick a new one. I'm gonna let you guys see the little captions here. So there's a Ghoul and Skull one we haven't done yet. Watch for Dracula, Dragon Empire, some of the book cover ones that SD Hudson did on Midjourney, which I have watched some of that already. It's pretty cool. And then Snowy Fantasy Forest. Does anyone have any preferences? Any co-hosts? Anyone in the chat? What are we doing next?
My vote would be either Dragon or Snow.
Mine would either be Dragon or Snow.
Dragon or Snow. All right, who's going to call it? Dragon or Snow? What's it going to be? I'm not sure how behind I am on the chat. Or ahead I am from the... I'm not actually sure.
Snow, please.
Snow, please. There we go. All right, it's called. All right. Let me pull it. Oh, this is going to be very relaxing compared to the other one with the flying pumpkins and the bats. Okay. No. We'll start there. 20 minutes and 5 seconds. All right. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the thing up. Okay. Let's go. Okay. So that is the end of the last sprint. Back here. All right. So how did that go for everyone? I got maybe 300 something words in, which is pretty good. Still going slow. It'll probably be a few more seconds before I pick up the pace.
I got 6 words. So I love that you're like 300 words going slow, and I was like, I did do some research, and then I got caught down a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
But I found a very interesting looking YouTube video on gods of prehistoric Britain.
Wow, that's cool.
But yeah,
I did about 4 minutes and then got thoroughly distracted by other things. I think I might need a break after this one.
Yeah, it's about time for that.
I couldn't really think about anything apart from the fact that I was tired and hungry. So I ordered a takeaway.
Nice.
Good plan.
Yeah, I got a mocha, but I still am gonna need to go down and get breakfast. My stomach has been rumbling like crazy this last sprint, so it's definitely breakfast time. Let's see. CB 394 got 482 words. That is impressive. SD Hudson got 254. Nice. Yeah, coffee. Coffee helps. Coffee or tea or whatever your beverage of choice is, you know. SD got 308. Nice. Nice. Okay, so I wrote some notes down for everyone to continue on with the World Wide Writeathon. There is a productivity stream on Caitlin Duncan's channel at 9, which is in just over 30 minutes. All the links to the productivity stream playlist and the social stream playlist are on the description below if you want to go and hop to the next one. And there's also a social sprint that just started at 8 on Jessica Hurt's channel. So if you just want to kind of like check in and listen to people chat and maybe do a little bit of sprinting, you can head over there, whatever, you know, fits your fancy. But I don't know. I feel like that was a pretty good, you know, productivity sprint. I got started. My Scrivener file is no longer empty. What is everyone's plans for the rest of the day? Are you in any more streams or?
No, this is the only one I'm in for the weekend, but I've been offered a bagel by my partner, so I'm going to take that and have some lunch.
Yes, that sounds brilliant.
I can't think of anything past this lunch that I'm going to eat. That's as far ahead as I've thought right now.
Fair, very fair.
I'm going to be on the trend and be thinking about lunch now, although I am in the 4 a.m. stream tomorrow. But it'll be 9 a.m. my time.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I was like, oh no.
I was like, I'll sign up to the ones that say like 4 a.m., 6 a.m. because I know they're not 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. for me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm hosting a stream tomorrow, which is like 9 a.m. Eastern time, but for me it's going to be 2 p.m., which is very reasonable.
Yes, that is nice. I'm hoping I can hop into that one. I have a birthday party to go to at 1, so I think I can probably make it. We'll see. I know I'm co-hosting, I think, a 9 p.m. tonight productivity stream, which I'm pretty sure everyone that's here is going to be asleep.
Yeah.
But that'll still be a blast. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I mean, can you just, like, be on one with your phone and one on your camera and just be like, you know? Maybe the sprints will line up. Who knows? I host a stream tomorrow in the same time slot. Okay, yeah, y'all. If you made this one, you should be able to hop onto that one. And hosting another stream with Barrett on Sunday. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, okay, so I think we'll call it here. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you to my awesome co-hosts. Remember to check out all of their links and everything down below. And yeah, carry on with World Wide Writeathon. Good luck. I hope everyone accomplishes their goals and has a great time. And yeah, have a good weekend.
Bye.